Welcome to another edition of the Empire State of Sports. Unfortunately, Karan can't make it tonight. Topher's in the background, but it doesn't matter. It's me, Danny. It's Christina, and we have a special fun guest tonight. We got Mike, aka PudgyBoyZ Sports. Mike,
Yay!
round of applause. My variant, we finally met. So,
Yeah, my doppelganger.
before we start, Mike, how's it going tonight? Thank you for hopping on while the Knicks are losing by double digits to the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's all good. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Before we start, Mike, how's it going tonight? Tell us a little bit about yourself, and I hope everything's going well with you.
Well, I'm fangirling big time right now.
There we go.
Let's put it out there.
That's all we need to know. So, Mike, how's everything going tonight? Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll talk about Knicks and Giants, because there's plenty to talk about with Big Blue, and then the Knicks are the Knicks. So how's it going?
Things are good. I can't complain. What do they say? If you complain, but nobody's listening, right? So,
Yeah.
but I know you guys will listen because we are fellow Giant fans, and we love each other, and this is the most important season probably of our lifetime coming up. But I love it. Love the Giants, the Knicks. I'm a big Mets fan. I'm a big wrestling fan, as you could tell back here. A PudgyBoyZ Sportstalk. We've been doing at it for 2 years.
Awesome.
1 year by myself, and this is it. This is what we're doing now. This is the future of sports. Is
There
in
we
this
go.
is in this chat right here.
Yes.
100%. So be sure to check him out on all his socials and YouTube, PudgyBoyZ Sports. Let's get down to it. The New York Knicks are playing pretty well up until tonight. They had a couple game winning streak, holding teams down to under 90 points the last 3 or 4 games. Clutch scoring from Cat. We got the third guy scoring baskets, which we desperately need and talked about last episode. So what is your vibes this week, Christina, since you were very poo-poo-ish in the group chats going into last weekend? Like, what's your inner thoughts? And then we'll get Mike's thoughts piggybacking what you thought.
So I think Sunday's game brought me back to life, to being a Knicks fan. Like, I needed
There we
that
go.
from them. They have been so inconsistent all season long, and like, it's time to step it up. Like, I need Sunday's Knicks. I need that every single game. You can't, enough. Like, stop with the fourth quarter comebacks. Bridges, where have you been all season? Because that's the Bridges that I'm obsessed with. That's the Bridges that I was defending all last season because I know he's got it in him. He's just got to keep doing it. I'm Team Cat, but I'm still iffy about him. I don't know. I need them to play consistently for the rest of the season. Jalen Brunson, what's he doing tonight?
Yeah.
I don't know. Where is he? It's
Superman can't have it every night, unfortunately.
No, I know, but and you know what? It's sad because when I say consistency, Jalen is the only consistent player on that team every single night. He goes on that court and he gives it his all. I feel like, I don't know. They're the Knicks.
But they've definitely stepped up the game other than tonight.
No,
Defensively.
100% the last, the game against the Spurs, amazing.
Yeah, we just have their
Raptors,
numbers.
that was a great win.
Right.
I honest to God, if I'm being honest, I don't expect them to win tonight. Sorry, everyone's going to be mad at me for saying that, but it's just the truth.
Right.
I don't know.
And honestly, the way the Knicks are playing off a back-to-back, you were expecting this type of situation. But honestly, they had won the last 3 games in a row. There's still plenty of time left. We all know how the Knicks are. They're very annoying like that. So honestly, I'm not concerned. We were due for a rough night tonight, especially versus the top team in the league. So
what is the score right now?
So currently the Knicks are losing 69-65. See, they're coming back. So the Knicks,
and I'm not, that's not. I'm not mad at that.
So Mike, what would you say the last 3 games? What would be your top? Okay, this is what the Knicks need to do when they make it to the playoffs and hopefully withstand a long playoff run. What is it? The third guy scoring? Is it the consistency out of Cat? It's the defense. What would you say would be the number one thing for the Knicks to go into a deeper run this spring and summer, hopefully?
Yeah, I mean, it's like Christina said. It's the inconsistency has been attached to the Knicks all season long. There's only certain players on this team where night in and night out what you're getting from them. That's OG Anunoby. That's Jalen Brunson. That's what appears to be Mohamed Diawara now, who's playing
Yeah,
lights out, which I'm
playing
absolutely in
lights
love
out.
with. But if this team's winning a championship, and I've been saying this all year long, they need Karl Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges to win a championship. It's not going to work with just Jalen Brunson. It's not
Yep.
that kind of team anymore. And if Jalen Brunson, like you guys were saying, has an off night, he's allowed to have an off night. He's been having,
Mhm.
he's 65 games a season out of the 82. He's putting up 25 plus and giving us clutch moments in the fourth quarter. You never have to worry about that. That's
Yeah.
where Cat comes in and his
Mhm.
$51 million a year. That's where
Correct.
Mikal comes in and his $35 million a year. That's
Right.
where other guys come in. You know what Josh Hart's giving you every single night. And that's a dog. That's a guy who's going to get in your face. OG, another guy. They need the guys like Cat and Mikal. Other guys are role players, Alvarado, the bench. They're going to have their on and off games. We're fine with that. But those two
Mhm.
guys specifically, Mikal and Cat, they're needed to win a title, and they have to have the best out of them, just like Sunday's game against the Spurs.
Yeah.
Correct.
100%. Give me that Mikal every single game. I'm not kidding. Like I was watching that game and I'm like, oh my God, I missed him so much because I go hard for Mikal. I really do. I think he's a great player, but like you gotta show up. You gotta show up every night like that. He shows up on the court every night. The man never misses a game, but like I need that Mikal. I need that beast mode, you know?
Correct. So after tonight is our traditional March Madness road trip to the West Coast because of the Big East tournament and all the other March Madness tournaments in the area. So after tonight, we are in we're in Denver, we're in both LA games, we're in Utah, and we are in Indiana. So this is where it's going to be fun. The next couple of games, the Sunday game is a 3:30 ABC game, always a fun game with the Lakers, and of course on Friday we're in Denver, who we played pretty well with a couple weeks ago. So what's your both of you guys? What is your feelings on this upcoming road trip? How we can get healthy? Are we going to be able to? I think we're going to be able to play hard against all the teams, and then whatever reason, Indiana, even though they're basically tanking this year, always has our number. So
Mhm.
what would you guys think would be a successful road trip? Who would you peg as the guy that's gonna be the linchpin for this upcoming road trip, other than like Jalen Brunson or Cat?
I got Diawara. Literally, like you said the other day, Mike, on your show, you said we're literally watching him develop in front of our eyes, and it's phenomenal. Like I don't know. I think Diawara is gonna come out and shock us.
Yeah,
He
no,
needs more playing time. 100%. He needs more playing time.
yeah,
Like
he's at
for
the
real.
moment where he's deserving of his minutes, and it's
Mhm.
basically how Kolek was during the NBA Cup. Now it's
Right.
his turn to show up and show out, and hopefully he keeps it longer than what Kolek did.
But honestly, though, I want Bridges. I want Bridges to show up every single game. I need him. I need him to like prove to us that all this money we're paying him is worth it. You know,
Right.
like that's the guy I want to see. I want to see Bridges every night. Go out, slap them balls out of those guys' hands. Just go for the threes. I need him. I need Bridges.
So are you guys expecting over a 500 road trip? It's a 5 game set, so 3-2 or obviously better. I'm expecting that, obviously, especially on how this team has been playing, other than the rare nights against the Cavs and tonight. Did they take the lead yet? All
They
right,
just
they just
tied
tied
it
it.
up.
So going into the road trip, if we find a way to pull out the win tonight, it would be a huge thing, and all systems go here on out, because the first 2 games are definitely going to be the tougher of the 5, and then we're going to evenly match with the Clippers as well. So I think this could be a successful road trip, and then catapult us to where we need to be towards going into April, and then when the playoffs officially start. So yeah, Mike, what are you looking forward to this upcoming road trip?
I would like to see it 3-2, but all records aren't created equal, right? If they go
Correct,
out and
Right.
correct.
if they go out and win the first 2 games of the road trip, against Denver and the other team, and then
Lakers,
they
yeah.
have and then the Lakers, and then they have Utah and Indiana, you're going to be expecting 4-1, and
Right.
you're going to be like, oh, that Jazz game is going to be extremely tough, coming off of the
Mhm.
Lakers, the Clippers, and then that Indiana game, like you said, is just as tough. But if they just come back 3-2 and not have one of those stinkers where they just come out and look lifeless and dead, I'll take that coming back to MSG.
Yeah, let me
Yeah,
check if there are
100%.
any. Thankfully, there aren't
Listen,
any. Oh, well, there's a back-to-back. The Lakers and Clippers are back-to-backs, so
and
that's going to be
listen,
fun.
they're not gonna win every game on the road. We obviously know that, but like I need them to show up on the court every night. Like you said, they can't be lifeless. Like I need you to give it your all. Because if I see you giving your all, then I'm not gonna be upset. You know what I mean? Like, again, you're not gonna win them all, but they have to go out there and they gotta play like they want it.
And that's what separates Knicks fans from a lot of other people. And we might hold ourselves to a higher pedestal, even though we haven't been that successful. But
Right.
Knicks fans, even if you remember back to the mid 2000s and the early 2010s when we just weren't good until Carmelo, when the
Yes.
team on the court played hard, the garden gets behind them. When they play
Mm-hmm.
lifeless, you get the booze, you get the garbage. Knicks fans can literally tell when these guys are going at it, even when
Right.
they lose.
Correct.
100%. And I feel like, what was it, all of January? It was like, where are you? Like we started the season so strong and then we just catapulted. We were watching a lifeless team. This 3-game winning streak, that's what I'm seeing them back to life again. That's what I need to see. And I won't be that the Knicks, I'll be that okay, I'm okay with them losing.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
whereas when they were losing, I wasn't okay with it because you're not showing up. They weren't showing up. They were looking like they were lost. Every time they were on the court, they were lost. They weren't vibing. This team right now, I'm good with.
Absolutely. So
But we'll see.
that's our Nick talk. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to talk about our favorite G-men. All right, we're going to talk about the New York Football Giants. We have a fun upcoming free agency coming up next week. We're already starting to see the cuts starting to come out with Bobby O getting cut yesterday / officially. He got cut officially on Wednesday afternoon. That is the first domino drop of the offseason, especially when the Giants have to create so much other cap. Who do you guys see getting cut along with Bobby O? I know Gano is one of them, finally.
100%.
I see Singletary. Those are the two other obvious guys. Dan Duggan from The Athletic wrote a whole big tweet of what the bulletproof that the Giants should be doing. I didn't like the idea of cutting John Runyon because we're basically going to be reshaping the whole entire offensive line going into next week. So I would like to keep him there, even though he's not a world beater. But personally speaking, I think he's one of the guys that we should find a way to keep for the last year of his contract. And then the whole restructuring of Dex, Andrew Thomas, and Christina's guy, Brian Burns, for us to create a lot more cap space, especially since we are tight at the cap at the moment, around $5 million as of the recording. So if you guys are Donna Ponte and Joe Shane, I know I just had Christina curl up inside, but if you were the GM of the New York Football Giants right before tampering next week, how would you guys build the roster within the upcoming days so you can create more cap space going into next week and we're in a healthier cap situation? We can get more of the players in free agency and figure out who we're going to get in the draft. Mike,
Getting rid of the GMs do anything? No, I'm kidding.
Unfortunately, at the moment, even though he's dead man walking, he is still a general manager.
I know.
Like
I just had to say that because
I know.
Bring him up, and I get I get so angry.
Right. So, Mike, what would you do if you are the hypothetical GM for the New York Giants heading into free agency next week? Before we talk about players that we would like.
I mean, there's some obvious ones that you did mention. Gano is $4.5 million. I'm a little shocked that he hasn't been cut already.
Me same.
James Hudson's going to get cut. You could say five and a half there.
Yep.
You're going to save Singletary's money. You could restructure Dexter Lawrence's contract, like you said. You could restructure Thomas, Burns. The Giants have the ability to. Jalen Hyatt's going to be $1.5 million. the Giants have the ability to create upwards of about 80 to $100 million in cap space by
It's awesome.
making moves that most Giant fans will agree with, except for maybe trading Kayvon Thibodeau. That might be the only one where people are a little
Yeah,
bullish on.
I was gonna ask you what's your thoughts with Kayvon going into his final year? You could save 14 million off cap space if you find a way to trade him. I wouldn't personally try to trade him because we need the depth on the edge rushing position, and we never know who's gonna get hurt. God forbid, knocking on wood. Having that third guy who's basically a starter on every other team in the league is crucial. But if we make a good trade and it's for a linebacker, like a lot of people rumor today, I would be okay with it, depending on the situation. Christina, what's your thoughts on the rumors about Kayvon?
I mean, the only so I'm like I go back and forth with it. I really do because I love Kayvon, but also like he hasn't really done anything for me to where I'd be like, you can't get rid of him. Like I think there's like we need a lot of pieces, like a lot of pieces. And if you could trade him and get value and get an all-star like on the O line or like somebody to replace Fabio or I don't know. I would be up for it, but you have to bring in a fire piece. Like you can't just like which and okay, I don't know how to say this. I'm trying to say this the right way. Like
I'll say it and then I'll
it's
try to help you out.
Harbaugh's. I want whatever Harbaugh decides.
Hmm.
I'm 100% with. Like right, you hear all these rumors about like him like the Giants drafting a running back at number 5. No. Like I don't Love is amazing, he's incredible, but like that's not really what the route I would go or I think they should go. But if that's what Harbaugh wants, I'm trusting that because he's building his team, right?
Right.
The team that we have right now, that's not his team. He's got to work with some of the players that he's got, but like let him bring in who he wants. So if he wants to get rid of Kayvon, bye. If he wants to bring in a running back at 5, hello. As long as you don't touch Brian Burns.
We're not. So
No,
you're
I know.
thank you for setting me up for the next question I had for both of you guys. Is this year's draft, it seems like it is a very weird draft in terms of there isn't those sexy draft picks in terms of sexy positions in where of like, oh, okay, positional value is thrown out
Right.
the window. So it looks like we can get Sonny Styles
Dude,
as a linebacker as top 5. There's rumors as Love getting a running back at number 5. It seems like it's more of a PTSD situation from Giant fans because of Saquon. And then earlier this week, Caleb Downs had a kind of negative report. It could easily be smoke screens for a team that wants him, and he could fall off the face of the cliff. If you guys have a gun to your head and it's draft night tonight and all 3 guys are on the board and we don't need an offensive lineman, one of those 3 guys are there, which way would you guys go? Because this year is more of let's get the best guys available. Who cares of what positional value it is? And I'm having a difficult time thinking that because I've been so programmed.
because I'm gonna say it's Styles.
Okay, yeah, because it's so weird this year. This year, it's like, all right, we got to get the best guy regardless of position because this year's draft class is not that like, oh my God, there's 10 wide receivers, or we don't need a quarterback finally, and there isn't that blue chip offensive lineman or D lineman where we're like, okay, if we go those routes, everybody's fine with. So someone's going to be upset at draft night. So I know Christina's a very big Sonny Styles guy. Mike,
Huge. And like honestly, like I think Caleb Downs, like I think he's phenomenal and he was on my radar from the
right.
beginning. And then like I was like, oh my God, Sonny Styles he's almost like a once in a lifetime right now, like the kid is out of control. Downs would have been my top choice, but even if this whole degenerative, whatever it is, ACL thing is like a gun, like smoke show type of thing, he still has a slight meniscus tear, which to me, like you're coming out of a draft already with a slight injury. Like, no, I don't want that on my team. Like, yes, it's like doable and it's fixable and it's not that big of a deal, but like, I'm Styles. I want Sonny Styles
Okay.
all day, every day.
I know you, Mike. One of your videos this week was more of like we're not going to get love. Also, gun to your head. Out of those 3 guys, where would you lean the closest to as of today, March 4th?
Probably Sonny Styles. I agree. He's a freak athlete that's rising up the
Mhm.
boards, and I could easily see him going as high as 2. That's
Yeah,
kind of where he's landing. I mean, you got guys like
especially
David. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, finish. I was
I
just
mean, there's
agreeing with you.
this goes back to the trade of Kayvon Thibodeau because what this class does have is guys like Arvell Reese. They got David Bailey out of Texas Tech, edge
Mhm.
rusher. They got guys like Sonny Styles, like you could play anywhere on the field. He's got the build of a safety and the speed of a safety, running down tackles. He's a guy that can make every single tackle. If the Giants want to go Francis Moyaga from Miami and plug the offensive line, that's a route that they could also go.
Right.
Ruben Bain Jr., another edge rusher that has a lot of talent. So this draft is very top heavy. And unlike next year's draft, which is completely loaded with so much talent, this one
Yes.
is very, very top heavy. So I had Downs one. I agree with Christina on that. I think he
Mhm.
was one of the best safety prospects I've ever watched on college football film.
Yeah. Like,
Unbelievable.
out of control. Like, he would 100%, like, Hall of Famer. Like, the kid is just, and it's sad. It's honestly really sad. Like, if all that is true, like, man.
And there was a
But
kid a couple of years ago named Will Johnson, the cornerback
Right.
that the
Yeah.
Cardinals drafted in the second round. He's a top 3
Yep.
projected pick.
Yep.
Same exact scenario with the ACL and the
Yep.
leg injuries. Easily the top corner in that class. He fell to the second round, and what happens? I'm not saying it's going to happen to Caleb Downs, but what happens to him? Tears his ACL in his rookie season. So
Yeah. It's
right,
rough.
it's
exactly, then you're
scary.
done.
And then if you do positional value, he could really fall like deep to like what you said with Will Johnson, especially with the positional value. Hopefully not for his sake, but yeah, no, it's exciting. Sonny Styles fits the Harbaugh. All right, we need that stud linebacker to fill the middle of the field where people forget it's just as important. And honestly, you got to start up in the middle. And we have Dex, and then we our secondary. Granted, Holland didn't really have the best moments, and Tyler Nubin's been a big bust so far as the
He
safeties.
didn't do anything.
Yeah, he hasn't done much since coming to the
No,
G-Men,
but
but
also, like,
it seems like a Harbaugh pick to get a guy that's going to be patrolling our middle of our field. Hopefully, God for a very long time, and hopefully he's an All-Pro type of player because we're drafting him in the top 5. So he has no choice. But we've seen that plenty of times last decade with Giants drafting busts, unfortunately. But
Mike, what do you think, like they're talking about free agency, like, Walker. Like, what do you think about bringing on another running back? Like, I know we need so many pieces. Like, I don't know if, like, I don't know why they're so hard on a running back, or why that's even a topic,
So I know
unless there's something with Scat that, like, we don't know about. But, like, I don't know, like, that he's gonna want a lot of money. We don't
yeah, I
have
think
a lot of money. Like, I
projections
don't.
is like I think 10 to 12 million a season
that
for Kenneth
seems
Walker.
that seems crazy
We have
to
2
me.
very, very cheap running backs now.
Right.
I think we might I don't wanna this is gonna come out wrong. I think sometimes we might overrate Scatterboo and Tracy a little bit to the point
I
Yeah,
will 100% agree. I do.
where
I
we
agree.
some Giants fans think we're good. We got Scat, we got Tracy, we don't need anything else. I get it, but you drafted Jeremiah Love, like you said before, you don't wanna do it at 5, but if he does do it at 5, he instantly becomes your best running back on your roster
100%,
right off the top.
100%. You put him at 1,
Yeah,
And
right?
then
so
I
and then you get
I
Scat when
never
he's
thought
ready.
that.
We don't rush
Yeah, and
back Scat.
I'm a fan of Tracy, but I don't think he's, like, spectacular. Like, I don't think
Right.
he's,
He would
I mean,
like,
for
easily
a 5th
he would
round pick, he's been
right.
good for a
Right.
5th round pick for what
right.
we're getting out of him.
He would easily become our third guy if Scat's healthy.
And John Harbaugh traditionally has multiple running backs in the backfield with multiple sets. He keeps those guys very healthy that way. He did it with
I
Dobbins. He did it with
just
Henry.
Yeah, I don't know. I just would prefer. I mean, who am I to say anything? Again, like, and if that's what Harbaugh chooses to draft Love at 5, fine. But, like, I wouldn't pass Sonny Styles up. I just wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know how you could. If he's still there, you better take him.
Yeah, it seems like
You know,
loves the doomsday, like, holy crap, all the guys we wanted defensively, and we don't love the linemen. Let's get the best guy pound for pound in the draft. And I grew up as a Notre Dame fan, so I loved watching Love wearing the Notre Dame jersey the last couple of years. Rest in peace, Lou Holtz. But yeah, no, it's just We can't think of that right now in this particular draft. 9 out of 10 drafts, I'm with that weird positional value and like, all right, that's weird that we could always find a running back like we did with Scat and Tracy in the later rounds, but like again, we have so many holes. Is it the
We do.
smartest thing to get a running back? But with Love's talent, you can't really pass up on.
No, I'm excited though. I'm genuinely like I said, like the beginning of last season, I was excited. I'm like, oh, we got our quarterback, our defense is gonna be top 3, and then it just went to this genuinely, wholeheartedly excited. Every move that Harbaugh's made, I have been here for. I'm ready for free agency. I want to see what he does come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then, like I said, whatever this man decides, I'm 100% backing him. I think he he's already done so much that we've needed, that this team is needed, that this franchise is needed. I don't understand how any Giant fan could doubt anything that he does.
They shouldn't. They
Like if
shouldn't
you
at all.
want to trade Kayvon, trade him. If you want to trade Dexter Lawrence, trade him. You know what I mean? Like, that'll never happen. But I'm just saying, whatever he decides, I'm 100% behind.
And there's a lot of the players last year that you guys spoke about too. I expect to see better play. Guys like
Let me tell you.
go ahead.
Dexter Lawrence, let me tell you, you're saying on this team, like somebody. I was watching a pod the other day, and they were like, "Oh, it's because he was frustrated and he gave up." I don't give a crap. You don't stop playing because you're frustrated or because you're mad that you're losing. That's such a BS excuse. You go on that field and you play your hardest every single day. Because I didn't see anything from him. The best thing I saw from Dexter last season was the interception that he got. The first interception of his career. That was it. He showed me nothing. So that man's got a lot to prove this season. Like
And guys like I expect way better of play from Javon Holland and Paulson Adebo.
yes,
In
100%.
Bernard Wilson's scheme, I think it's going to benefit the corners and the safeties really, really tremendously. I think it'll be better
The
in
track
that
record
scheme as well.
is that the track record says that with the style of play that he hones in and likes to call up. So that'd be huge. So before we wrap up the show. This is more of a fan situation. Also today they announced that they're gonna have training camp in West Virginia because of construction finishing up at Quest and then the World Cup being at MetLife Stadium. So they figured just be at West Virginia. I'm not sure if you guys ever go to camp, but I tried
I
to
do.
go. So that has a big sting for probably not going to camp this year. Would you make a trip down to West Virginia? I'm not, but would you?
Yeah, absolutely. Are you kidding me?
I don't know.
I go to training. I've been to training camp the last 2 years, so it's gonna be like, it's like a tradition I do with my nephews, and
Okay.
like it's gonna be sad, but like I'll go to Virginia solo. They're not coming. I'm going without them.
Yeah,
But I don't.
I invest so much money that me going to Virginia, I don't think my family would let that happen. It seems like I'm excited for the fact that the team could be a team and
They
grow
will be.
from that situation. It's always good because obviously the last since the last Super Bowl in 2011, it's been at Quest. It's going to be exciting to see this team grow under a new regime, and it's all about football. It's going to be all about football in the training camp, and this could only be good for the players aspect and the team aspect. Unfortunately for fans, if you're going to go to West Virginia, awesome, great for you guys if you're able to and want to. But yeah, so it is what it is. It's not the end of the world for me personally because it's cool going to training camp, but it's not end all be all for me. But yeah. Would you take the trip down to West Virginia, Mike?
Yeah, I would. Because I really believe I believe in John Harbaugh so much that I really do think we're going to be so competitive this year.
I do too, and I would do that too only because it is Harbaugh and it's a new coach, and I want to see like a little behind the scenes sneak peek of like what we're gonna get with him. That's what training camp is about. You get to like you see everything, and I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool, but who knows?
There's
I'm
such a
excited. I'm
different
ready for it.
Isn't it crazy like with the Giant fan, right? There's the different feel that you guys would have right now if we hired a coordinator or
Yeah, without
or
that.
somebody else compared to John Harbaugh. Like, this is so exciting that we
It
finally have
is
some
because we have
confidence.
a real coach. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like coordinators aren't real, but like we've been down that road and it did not work. Like everything that is happening needed to happen bad.
And one
And
of the
then there's
great
one more piece that I'd love to get rid of, and then we'll be complete.
and I mean, I think at the end of the day, I do think we have to bring Odell Beckham back for one more season.
Could you imagine?
Just
I
one
I don't
more.
know if they do that.
He
And we
played with
definitely
Harbaugh. He
need a
played with
wide
the
receiver
Ravens.
though. Like we need a wide receiver. Whether that's are there any free agent wide receivers that'll coming up? No, right?
No one that we would
No one that we
you
would want.
no one that not only that, it's no one realistic that would be
And
like,
there's not even like Tate, he's the only one that I like have seen. Like I don't even think there's like that many spectacular wide receivers coming up out of the draft.
I think there's a guy that we can get in the couple guys we can get in the second round that would be okay too. So I would rather
Yeah,
shore up that stud defensive guy or that offensive lineman or Love before Tate.
I know.
I'd also
Personally,
What's
like to
the
see Slayton get traded as well. I need
Oh
Darius
my
Slayton off this team.
Get him off the team.
if
I've been saying, like, he's got to go. No one's going to take him. Who wants him? Who wants a dropaholic? It's my nickname for him. He's a dropaholic.
If they
yeah,
didn't add a receiver all offseason and just traded Slayton, I would sign up for that right now. I don't
yeah,
even care.
I don't
Said,
hate that.
listen, I'd give him to a team for free. You can
Yeah,
have him.
take
We'll
him.
finish his contract. You just take him. Just get him off. Get him out of that uniform.
He's a losing player, and this team can't
He is
tolerate that anymore.
no. It's enough is enough, and Harbaugh will definitely fix that.
Okay.
I have all the faith in the world.
Nina, do you have any other giant topics you want to talk about before we wrap things up with Mike?
No, I'm good. I think we covered like a lot. And then, like I said, next week we'll see what we do during free agents.
Yeah, it's an exciting time to be a New York Football Giant fan and
100%.
content creators and just being a giant person in the facilities and everything else like that,
I
even
know.
though it's
Just trust the process. Just trust Harbaugh. Trust him until like he gives you a reason not to, and he's not going to. Like I 100% trust him. So all Giants fans should.
all right. So, Mike, thank you for coming on, talking Knicks and Giants with us. We greatly appreciate it. Where can we find you and plug away on all the things that we can find you on a nightly basis?
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube is where I mostly am. I'm on X too a little bit, not a lot. Can't really stand being on there. It's like a cesspool over there.
Yeah.
But it's YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, PudgyBoyZ Sportstalk. PudgyBoyZ with a Z, not an S. I made that mistake when I first made the channel, and now I'm stuck with it. So
No, and I'm always reposting you, and I'm
thank you.
always
Yeah, I appreciate that.
like putting you in my stories. Well, because I adore you. I really was fangirling today. This was great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You made my night.
Thank you, Mike, and be sure to check us out on Bacon Shake Worldwide. This is the Empire State of Sports. Until next week, Danny B's out. Christina, Mike, thanks for coming on. Until next time. Peace.
Yeah.